Recently, I was talking to Jim O'Rear. Jim's an actor, he was in Dawn of the Dead and stuff, and he's an author and stuff. And I was talking to him about the Morris Bashers and how a bunch of Morris Bashers sent me an email and said that they were going to buy up a whole bunch of my books and they were going to do a bonfire and burn them. Well, obviously, I was shocked by this and, it pissed me off. I talked to Jim. Jim was, we were talking about other things and, I brought this up and he said, oh, well, let them buy the books, let them burn it, once they buy the books, it's theirs to do as they please. It's just money in the pocket and whatever. What Jim didn't realize is the fact that my books are out of print. Penguin Putnam Books is not going to re-release them, so there is a limited number of my books on the market. So the thing is that I told him exactly what I felt on it. I was a little bit disgusted that he had such little regard for his art. And then I talked to a couple of authors that I know. One of them's a very famous one. I'm not going to mention him because of a situation that happened. He's a little bit pissed off at me right now. But he relayed to me a story that has a lot of significance to not only what I said, but to the horror community, and I wanted to share it. Okay, here is the little story. A fan of a very well known author sees the movie adaptation of the author's book. The young man comes out of the movie theater and he is appalled. He is upset. So he goes and he runs to the author and he's going, "Oh my God, you should have seen what they did to your book. Oh my God, it's horrible. It's awful. They've totally destroyed your work. I cannot understand this. Damn Hollywood. They've destroyed your book." And the author looks at him and he goes, "I don't understand what you're talking about. My book's right over there on the bookshelf where it's always been." And to me, that is an incredible piece of wisdom. Such a truth. Um, and it's something that we can say for the horror community as well. Because the horror community the last few years has been up in arms about all the remakes that are being made. It's like people are sitting there, "Oh my God, they're ruining Friday the 13th, they're ruining Halloween. Oh my God, they're doing this, they're doing that. Oh my God, they've redone Carrie and Carrie's just destroyed. What are they doing to the Evil Dead?" Now, the thing is, horror fans, turn around from the computer and look at your video wall. Look at your DVDs, look at your videotapes. Halloween is still there. Friday the 13th is still there. All the Friday the 13th films that you love are still there. They haven't gone anywhere. They haven't been destroyed. They are still there for you to enjoy. The remakes will have their own fans, and possibly some of these fans will actually go and check out the originals, and who knows, they might actually like them too. So you'll have more fans for the originals. What you have to realize is, yeah, Hollywood is going nuts doing remakes. But that does not mean that your old favorites are disappearing. If anything, when they do a remake, many of these film companies will release the original in a special edition. So there you can get another copy of your original with added features and all that, and it'll make you happy. Hell, you know what? The truth is, I mean, some remakes are not bad and they actually meld into the original series. I mean, look at the Friday the 13th supposed remake. To me, I don't even consider it a remake. I just consider it another sequel in the series because that's the way it plays out. It doesn't play like a remake at all. So I have no problem with it. I actually really enjoyed the film. So just remember that. I mean, there's organizations out there in the horror community, like the horror drunks, that say you are not a real horror fan if you go and watch remakes or if you support remakes. I'm sorry. Horror fans like horror films. If they want to support remakes, they can support remakes. If they want to support, uh, found footage films, let them support found footage films. Let them support whatever the damn well they want. I mean, I'm not saying, you know, just because I absolutely hated American Mary, that people absolutely cannot like American Mary, even though it's a piece of crap. But yeah, no, you can like whatever you want. And don't let peers or let the horror socials or let anyone tell you what you can like and what you can't like. It's up to you, horror fans. Like your horror. I like my horror. I like a lot of horror. I like horror from every decade of horror. I like silent films. I like the old Gothic films. I like the Hammer films. I like the 70s psychological films. I like the 80s slasher films. I even like some films nowadays. So, just like your horror. If you do that, you're a horror fan. So, this was my next Eric Morris is watching. Catch you later.